Talk about mustache mogging, bro. You were saying a couple episodes ago I was mustache mogging you. You are stash mogging everyone right
Bro,
now.
I'm trimming it off and then restructuring. Cause I'm trying this I forget what it's called. I think it's like a bullshit thing, but it's like you rub this roller of pins on your face and it damages your skin
I've seen this
lightly,
shit.
but
I
then it
don't think
apparently
that's
causes like
real.
better skin. So I'm trying that just to see what happens. But I think I'm gonna grow that old forge,
You're gonna grow that out? I
the
will
lamb
say,
chops that I had.
like, looking at you right now, because it's been a while since you've sported the stash. You've been sporting
Yeah.
the beard for some time now. There just ain't no YOLO swag like the stashed YOLO swag,
The
bro. I feel like
stash is the move, bro.
you
The
gotta be
stash is the
rocking
move.
it. It's
Dude,
just
I don't
part
know
of
if it's
your
my
image.
head shape, but like I have the same head as my dad, and this man, like, he's had a mustache since 20. I remember one
Really
year he shaved it off because we won a volleyball tournament, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I like
crazy.
blown away because I'd never seen him without it, but
It's
I
such
don't
a
know.
power play when a dude
Yeah.
commits to the mustache. One of my ex-girlfriends, her dad was like old. He was on the old side. He was like maybe pushing 70, honestly, because her parents like waited a long time to have kids. And he had a mustache. And then at some point we were looking at photos in their house, like old family photos, and there were photos of him back in like the 70s, and he still had a mustache. And it was like,
Based.
God damn, this dude's been rocking a mustache for
Based.
so long, like
Dude, I
half a
brought we got
century.
the Groovy sweater
Groovy
freshly
sweater.
cleaned.
It's almost like
Freshly
it was
cleaned.
never
I know a lot
gone.
of you got scared I wasn't wearing it the past maybe 2 episodes, I
Yeah,
guess.
people were freaking out, wondering
People
where
were
it
freaking
was.
out. Dude, we gotta
Uh,
talk about this is controversial, bro, but short stack goblins.
oh dear God.
I'm seeing people claim that as a grown man, I can't jack off to Midna, and I just want to say, you can't stop me. I've been busting nuts to Midna since high school. I will continue busting nuts to Midna.
I
Midna
don't
doesn't even look
know.
human, so I
I
don't even
don't
know
know who.
why they're supposed to be a baby. Dude,
I don't know who that
this is the
is. I
one
don't know who that
scenario.
is. I have to tell you before you go on. I don't know who that is.
Type
You
it
were
in.
texting about it before, and I was like,
Type it
I
in.
don't even want to
Tell me
Google
this
this.
bitch doesn't look like an adult. And first of all, this is the one scenario where it's
Nice.
believable because she transforms into an adult human female when she's human. And she's bad as hell in the human form. But bro, the
Yeah, I mean
little form, Nintendo knew what
first.
they were doing. Bro, no child, first of all, no child looks like that. She looks like a cat girl. And her booty is so big. Like, we gotta be real here. Bro, we're getting too crazy into this, bro. Midna, it's
Uh,
totally loud. It's
is
totally
this
loud.
this character does not show up in Breath of the Wild. She's
No,
not
they might have some sort of cameo type thing, but no, they're from Twilight Princess, which is
Twilight
funny. It's one of my
Princess.
cousin's favorite Zelda games, but it's actually one of the least popular ones, other than Skyward Sword, of course, because the Wii controls. But Twilight Princess was kind of disliked because they went with this like realism. It's like
Uh-huh.
the most realistic Zelda game, not in terms of like like it's like real life, but the art style.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I like Twilight Princess, but
Yeah, I never played Actually, Breath of the Wild, embarrassingly, is the only Zelda game, Legend of Zelda game that I've played.
we
I
got to do a
really,
playthrough of Link to the Past on Super Nintendo. It's one of the best games ever made.
well, I have, I now that I have this Dolphin GameCube emulator, I really want to play Wind Waker. I know a lot of people cite that as like a really good one, and I know Ocarina of Time I've played not all the way through, but I've played a good amount of Ocarina of Time. It's
Ocarina
a
is
good one
sick,
too.
bro. Some people might call me sacrilegious, but instead of buying a whole Oh no, you have emulators, but they
Mm.
remade Ocarina on the 3DS. It's completely in 3D. It's
Wow.
really fucking fun to play it on that. But dude, Wind Waker's great. I'm actually shocked you haven't played Wind Waker. That's kind of like a Harris game.
I bet it is, honestly. I mean,
Look
those
at this
type,
dickhead. Look at this
dude.
dickhead.
Dude, that's a He's a beautiful cat. Did you see the picture that I sent you? Somebody posted a meme, and the two kittens in it literally looked like your two cats. I
Dude,
think it's
anytime
literally
I post my cat, people are in the comments posting their cats, and the amount of people who have a tiger type cat and a gray cat is
I
insane.
wonder if that's really common or something. Yeah, that's so
I wonder
funny.
too, and there were other people who I think there was one guy who their cats were brothers also. Like it was
That's
literally, I
so
was like
random.
that type of shit. It's like, all right, the universe is fake. It's all this just bullshit
Yeah.
code repeating over and over again. But
Oh my God.
I don't want to go too Neil deGrasse Bison.
I know we were talking about before this a little bit. I was talking about like bad art, and I've also been, it's funny, as a result of a lot of the stuff that I've posted, actually a result of just the Banksy comic, I have people sending me art pages on Instagram from artists with like 500,000 followers that do that type of art, like really shit tier brain dead, like Banksy-esque art. And I think people send it to me because they just want to like get a reaction out of me. And it is really funny. There's some of those pages, and there was one that somebody sent me that was like, it was literally he painted like stop war, like with the girl letting go of a balloon or something like that, and it had like 6.2 fucktillion upvotes and like all this crazy shit. And I'm like, it is
Dude, the Yoda one on Reddit
so
that says
funny.
"Stop Wars" and the guy's like, "I'm not really into art,
I'm not
but
an art
this
fan.
really moved me," and it's like, oh my
Dude,
god, dude,
that shit is crazy.
I can't stand it.
It's just
Can't stand
insane
it.
in general, but I mean, it is just a reflection of society, man. But it's like bad art, like dumb art sells so hard. Like it's crazy,
Dude,
like
I
how
ran
much
into a
people love that
guy,
shit.
this dude, when I was working with this company in LA. One of the guys was like, they're all rich kids, you know, so they just do whatever and just make up their own accolades. But he had like done very minor work on, I think, a single track on Need for Speed 7. So like
Oh,
he
really?
had like the award on his wall. Like he wasn't even part of it, but everyone that's involved gets
Wait,
like
a track that is like the music, or a track like the racing track that like the
music, but like some
okay, okay.
background bullshit thing. But this guy was loaded, and he was paying hundreds and thousands of dollars for artwork. So I was like, "Can I see them?" And it was like, dude, one was just Scrooge McDuck diving into dollar bills and like
Hmm.
holding a cup of lean. And like it was all shit like that. And he's like, dude, my buddy makes them and like gives me a good deal on them. And I'm like, your buddy is not giving you a good deal on these. Like
No,
any
this is
idiot.
a joke.
It's so funny. Like there's this subsect of like weed art that we've talked about before, but any artist, anytime you first start painting, like that's what I started. When you start painting, you start with that, like, what if Mickey Mouse had a
Yes. Yeah.
bong? You know,
Yeah.
it's like sub IQ painting. And yet
Right,
there's these
right.
people that are like, and instead of like actually painting stuff, it's like, no, I'll stick with Mickey Mouse and a bong. Like, I'm just gonna make this my whole thing. And it's like,
Yeah, it's
the
insane. I
god.
mean, dude, like I know I've mentioned this before, but I live in Miami, and there is, and I'm not even exaggerating. I truly believe Miami is the most horrendous art scene globally. Like I think in the world, it's probably like showcases the
LA might give you a
worst
run for your
possible
money,
art.
man.
I'm sure LA sucks too. I mean, that's like how many fucking bad street art paintings of Kobe Bryant and Nipsey Hussle can you put onto like one street? But fucking Miami, everything is Monopoly Man holding Bitcoin, like holding everything is holding a money bag, or it has like a really poorly rendered painting of boobs, or like it's all so shit. And it's actually difficult because sometimes when you see those gangster, like those the gangster Mickey Mouse and his
Yeah,
like
yeah,
slutty
SpongeBob.
Minnie Mouse or SpongeBob or whatever, and they're like, and you see those, and there's actually they've been JPEG to hell, and it almost comes back around, and it's almost like high art in a way. Like you can
Yes,
like
yeah.
reanalyze it and be like, wow, this is actually like what a how strange it is to be anything at all. But just like the like something about in Miami, there's just no like love there. I like cannot come around on how hideous it is because everyone takes it too seriously. Like, and when I was working that fucking festival 2 months ago, and I was working during Art Basel in this like fair, it was insane how much art that looked exactly like that was on display. I mean, just horrendous stuff. Like, I mean, Rick and Morty, and like, it was like Benjamin Franklin, but with the Joker face painted. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. And like, I was
That's when it
taken
started, didn't it? I feel like
to the
when the Batman,
Joker.
maybe I was too young to know when it started earlier, but like I remember when the Batman came out, putting Joker makeup on a character was considered like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
actually it's unbelievable, and I don't even know if it's been like properly. Maybe somewhere someone said it, but I don't know if it's been like properly analyzed and archived the way that it needs to. It's actually unbelievable. You know what? You know what is the problem is that DC Comics hasn't addressed it, and they really need to. I think it's an important we're never going to get to the next step. No one is going to pass Heath Ledger's Joker, even though they've reiterated it three more times now since his death. None of them are going to matter until DC reckons with the fact that Heath Ledger's Joker has unintentionally and in a huge way permanently altered internet and like ironic gamer culture. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's like in a way that anybody who spends 2 seconds on the internet knows it's there. And it's amazing to me that there's never been like any like no one from DC has addressed it, even though that's like when the average person our age or younger thinks of the Joker, that's what you think of immediately.
yeah,
Like you know
like
what I mean?
gang weed. Dude, the
Like
gang weed
gangweed,
memes used to
like
kill
epic
me.
gamers. It's actually feels like cope that they keep trying to wheel out new Jokers because now
Yeah.
we've had Joaquin Phoenix, Jared Leto, and now fucking Barry Keoghan makes a cameo as the
I'm
Joker.
so sick of Barry Keoghan, bro.
I don't know what's
And
the
dude,
deal
I
with that
someone was
guy.
this whole post went viral about how like he's the ugliest male ever, but if he was a woman, he'd be beautiful. And I'm like, what
What
is
are you
you
guys
people are
smoking?
so delusional that like, yeah, that's an ugly man, but it's like he has a vagina. Oh.
Oh,
It's like, bro, you have a fetish. You have a
yeah.
fetish. You have like a butch, like lesbian
There's this.
weirdo fetish, but
You know how
did he put
people
some
point
clothes on? I'm so
who
fucking sick of seeing pictures of him for Vanity Fair or whatever, and he's butt
being
naked,
naked.
covered in
Yeah, I don't
blood.
get
I'm
it.
like, there is no, you're not known as a sexy man.
I
What
don't
is
get
this?
it. He's a little freak, I have this feeling about Barry Keoghan, which is probably not true because he is a good actor,
He's
but
amazing.
like
He's amazing.
he's a good actor, but something about the way that he carries himself, and he also, I don't know if you noticed, he like tweets like a wine mom. Like he
Does he?
tweets like, yeah, when he tweets, he's just like loving my life on the coast of Amsterdam, like and like hearts, like a purple heart and a blue heart and a yellow heart, and it's like him at like a the above angle
Yeah.
like selfie. And I had this weird feeling about Barry Keoghan that's like the same thing that I feel like has been almost confirmed about Ice Spice and like Chief Keef, where like I think they're autistic or
I
something.
Spice
I think
150%. Like,
Ice
there's no
Spice,
way.
yeah, Ice Spice and Chief Keef. Chief Keef, I'm pretty sure it's basically been
And he went
confirmed.
to a doctor, I'm pretty sure.
I think it has been confirmed. Ice Spice, it won't. And I'm actually not even joking here. You know that autism is like severely underdiagnosed in women, like more than men. Like
Yeah.
girls don't get diagnosed. But also there's this added thing with rappers that I think it gets chalked up to like aloofness, where like when they're interviewing them, they're like, yeah, like they just don't care, or they're like not quite like responding, and people are just like, oh wow, they just don't give a fuck. But the act in actuality, I think they have like a social
Oh, 100%. I feel
problem.
that way about is it Lil Uzi Vert? Who's like he's
Little
really
Uzi
tiny.
Vert,
Him, I'm
he's on the
convinced is
spectrum for
autistic because
sure.
like, dude,
Yeah,
he has this car that's just covered in like lolly anime that he spent like
yeah,
millions
that's
on, and everyone's like,
hilarious.
this guy's based, and I'm like, he's autistic. What do you mean? Like,
Yeah, well,
what are
also
you talking
when
about?
you see these guys in interviews or the way they behave in public, I mean, Lil Uzi Vert is outgoing at the very least, but some of
Yeah,
these other guys are like totally like like they're actually shy, but it seems like they're just like too cool to care. But
yeah.
it's like I think that they're just like really awkward,
Dude, I know I know if I went to get diagnosed, I would have autism.
have autism.
I
Did
know
you
for
take
a
the
fact, bro.
quiz?
I'm like the shyest person I know.
People were sharing their results in the Discord. I
Oh,
think we
from
were
like the
taking the
online
autism
test?
quiz. Yeah, did you not
Yeah.
take it?
I don't think
There were
so.
some interesting results in there, I'd say. Some people were pretty high, and then some people were getting bullied because they like showed no, including myself, actually showed like I got a result that was really
Freak.
low, and they were like, "You are not autistic," and I got bullied for it along with like five other people that got even like lower scores were like not autistic, and
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like, "Get out of my fandom, get out of my community, you don't
I
belong
definitely
here."
have something, bro. I definitely suffer like where I'll just like make shit up in my head and I don't know. I don't know. I don't like talking about that stuff because it's always like I mean, I was texting you the other day because like bro, 99% of the time if I hear a white woman say the word trauma, it's like the Saving Private Ryan scene where he's like on the beach and he's just like disoriented and it's like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
99% of the time a white woman is talking about trauma, you go like you just scroll in to see what the trauma is they're talking about and it's like their dad told them no when they were 16 and
I
they wanted a
know.
Mercedes and it's like please die. I cannot fucking stand that shit, dude. It
You know,
drives me insane.
this is something that I have not brought up on podcast before, but it's like an interesting story that I was like talking about with my dad. It was like I had suppressed the memory, and then my dad and I were laughing about it
God,
recently,
I
and I was
love
like,
your
I can't
fingers.
believe it. With my fingers?
Yeah, they're just so
Yay!
artistic.
So
Like that's a
autistic.
perfect hand drawing. Like when you pose them, like you know who else has really nice fingers like you? I hate to say this, Nick Fuentes. He does a lot of like poses with his
Yeah, he has
fingers that
really
are really good.
effeminate
But sorry,
hands.
you were telling me a story.
I've always been really self-conscious about my hands because
No, they're great,
my
bro. At
thumb
least
is
you don't
really
have
long.
fucking baby stub hands like
Maybe
me.
stuff. Well, I always feel self-conscious to post my shit. Like sometimes if I'm posting, even it's so funny, little behind the scenes. But whenever I'm posting a picture of like a print that I'm making, and I'm posting it to Twitter, sometimes I'm holding the print, and the way my hand looks, I just have this like long girlish thumb, and I'm just like, I really
A
don't want
girlish
anyone to
thumb?
roast me for it. Yeah, because it's like
That's
I
not
lift.
girlish.
I swear to God, I lift, but there's nothing I can do about my just like feminine, like long
They're
fingers. I
not
just can't
feminine. I
do
don't think
it.
long fingers are feminine. If you guys want to see feminine Harris, join the executive chat. We got some
No, I
scandalous
am
pictures of Harris from college, dude.
literally gonna kill you for that one.
That shit was
That
killing me.
was,
What were you telling me about your dad?
uh, well, I gotta say that shit was really funny. Like some of the pictures that like Brap Rap was sending in there, I was like, God damn, from these old sketches. Like I
Did you
was
realize how
so
I
twisted.
didn't I
No,
like I knew you were a scrawny little guy, but
I was
like
really little.
you were so
I
scrawny,
was
dude.
so thin all through high school and my first like honestly through college I was like really skinny, and it wasn't until I didn't start working out honestly until like
New
late
York, right?
college, New York, and
Because you
then
didn't work
that's when
out
I
at
started to
Elon,
fill
bro.
out. No, I didn't work out at
You just
Elon.
smoked
It like
weed and made beats.
I did nothing. Yeah, really. And then I started lifting, and now I'm kind of like I haven't tapered off, but I'm not lifting like I was even last year. I just am kind of like
Dude, you
working out
don't
at
need
home.
you have the perfect male body in my opinion, no homo, but you have the perfect male body because it's like
Okay.
where you're right now is like perfect. Like if I took a picture of you and any picture you took while you were in Pennsylvania, you look like someone's dad from like the 70s or 80s, which is the best fucking build in terms of
Physique.
personal, but for women. Okay, a lot of guys think they
Oh,
want these huge meatheads, but they want thin guys like you that have muscle tone.
a
You
little
know what
bit
I
of
mean?
tone. Your cat's going crazy in the background there,
I
by
know he's
the
such an asshole, dude. I hate this guy. I
way.
hate this guy.
It's like
Hey, hey.
they're both like, what? Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm like, I honestly even see pictures of myself like what I look like in New York, and I was like, God, I wish I could get back to being. I was
Not the blue hair.
shredded in New York, and I'm not like,
Yeah, but
I don't
not the
look like
blue
that
hair.
anymore. The what?
Not the blue hair.
No, not the blue
Not
hair,
the
but
blue
just
hair, bro.
I was just
Would you
walking
dye your hair with me
everywhere.
if we got a
I
show
was
or
thinking
whatever?
about that recently if I would do it again, like if I would bleach. I
Dirty
bleached
bleach, dirty bleach.
I think I bleached my hair twice or three times, and
I've
like
never done it.
I think everybody should. I think it's fun and it grows out really quick anyway, but like I don't know if I would do it again. 'Cause the only thing is that you hit a point where you kind of have to buzz it, and I'm like I've mentioned the last time that I got a buzz cut, I was just like I
You look
don't want
great with the
to
buzz, bro.
yeah, I don't know. I just like that it was really it felt depressing the last time that I did
Bro,
it. I really
depressing. What's
yeah.
depressing is anytime I buzz my hair, I have to pray to God and say, please let it come back. Please let my hair come
Please let it
back.
grow back. I
Dude, I'm starting to think. Um, I don't know. I should look into that. I'm not taking care of myself, but my even though I have to take the thyroid because I don't have a thyroid.
Mm,
Um, last time I got checked, they said it was still critically low, and one of the
mm-hmm.
main symptoms is hair loss. And I have
Mm-hmm.
zero crowning hair loss, which at this stage in Norwood, you're supposed to have a little crowning. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sound delusional, but I'm like, maybe if I do get my thyroid back, my hairs will come back. But I don't want to sound like, dude, I think I've told this story before, but two brothers in Saudi, really
Mm-hmm.
great guys. And their dad's bald as a coot. They went bald at 15. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
talking to them in high school because, like, damn, bro, like, that's crazy. Like, how do you deal with it? And they're like, our father told us, he's a doctor. He said this is very common, and in 2 years, full head of hair would grow back. And I remember even as a kid, even though their dad is a doctor and he was very respected on campus, that I was
Mm-hmm.
like,
It sounds like Coke, my G. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, dad's
Yeah.
story. What were you telling?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So when I was in, this is actually in New York. This was early on, probably like my maybe second year that I was living in New York.
I didn't know you were
I
there that long. I thought it was just 1 year.
no, I was there like almost 5 years. Not 5 years, but probably like four and a half
This is
total or
post
something like
Boston.
that. Post Boston,
Okay,
I
okay.
was living back in Florida, yeah, for like not even a full year, maybe like 8 months. And then I was just joking about this with my group chat of my boys like from back home that like that when I was like 22, along with like 2 years ago when I was like 27, were both times in my life that I hit like a hard reset, no quick save on like everything that was going on in my life. I like
I
quit
need
my
one of
job,
those.
literally quit my job, dumped my girlfriend, moved somewhere new, like like both of those times. And yeah, but both times turned out great. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta hard reset your shit. But anyway, when I was like 23, probably, it was probably my second year of living in New York, I was in Brooklyn and I don't remember how it got put in front of me or how I found it, but I applied to start working like I think it was like a volunteer thing. I don't even remember the full nature of it, but I wanted to, oh, this is what it was. I was looking into becoming an art teacher actually around that time. And like, because I was trying to get on a career path, and there was a program that I could join that I think at the end of you could they would you would get certified basically to be an art teacher in the state of New York. Like that's what I was working towards. And the program that I joined was one where it was like people like me, artists that wanted to start teaching, and they had it so that you would teach classes in like underfunded communities in Brooklyn and New York to like kids at like, from
Would it
low
be?
income
Is it through a
households.
school or extracurricular?
It was like extracurricular,
Extra.
but at schools. Like I think at New York, like PS, it'll be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a school, a public school, and which is great. I loved the idea. I still actually I learned recently, side tangent, that I think in somewhere here in Miami, there's a program like that too, where you can like teach kids art, like you know what I mean, like after school stuff like that, and just on volunteer. And I still love that idea. I just think like I don't know. It'd be really fun. I had a really good art teacher when I was in high school, and my dad also was kind of a good art teacher to me, and it left all those ideas left a big impression on me. So the
Well, I was gonna
idea of being
say,
able to do that, it would be
I,
really cool.
I don't know if it's based on our personalities or if it's because our parents were teachers. But I think if everything fell through for both of us, I think that would be. I think we would both be very, very good teachers.
I definitely think so. I actually think like even though like I don't want kids. I'm not even anywhere near that, but I actually think kids are funny and like I've taught at camps before and it was always a good time. I was an art teacher at a camp one summer and like it's fun. Like a lot of kids don't take it seriously, but then you get some kids that are like very bright or like really art inclined and there's something very fulfilling about that. And then I get a little fraction of that a little bit when I'm even teaching the classes on stream. I had somebody write me like, it's the second time I've received like a beautiful letter in the mail from somebody that was saying like, I was listening to your art class. They've been so helpful to me. Like I started a band and I'm drawing every day now because you inspired me and which is insane and amazing. And it's like,
And you're
I
telling these
would,
people to sign up for the executive tier
I should
on
do that. I
Patreon.
should tell them to do that. But
Okay.
like that is so fulfilling. Honestly, when I get stuff like that, in a way, that's even more fulfilling than when I like. have a big business move happen with like, cold cuts or Beetle Moses or whatever. Like it's something really nice on a personal level. Anyway, all that's a side note. So I signed up to be a part of this program in Brooklyn to teach kids art. And I got accepted to this program, and it was a lot of people that got accepted. It was like probably a group of like 60 people that all seemed like they were kind of in their 20s. Okay, when I started this program, it immediately didn't pass the smell test. I remember going to like a meet and greet, and everyone else there was white liberal, and the type of white liberal that was really in full swing around. We're talking, this was like 2015
Yeah.
probably. Forest spirit, I identify as a, you know what I mean? Like that type
Yeah, their
of
name is
like,
Sock or
yeah,
something. Don't
like
do
you're
their
being
dishes. Yeah.
ableist because yeah, like you gave me a latte and I asked for a frappuccino or so, like that type of lib
Yes, yes.
was the dominant force. Everybody else that was in the program and the people who were running it, there was like 10 uh women that were running the program that all fell into this category, which I already at that time, I mean, a lot has changed at this point, but I think there were a lot of people around this time. I'm a progressive leaning person, but I was already like, this is going to suck. This
Yeah.
is not going to be fun at all. And I was in, I did that first meet and greet and I put on a happy face, and people were not, a lot of people were nice, but there were a couple moments where I was just, oh man, what the fuck is going on here? And then there was kind of like, I think the first class, which was a group setting. This was before we were teaching. We hadn't taught kids yet, but we were like in a large auditorium, and like 8 women were running the program, and they started it out by, we all got a piece of paper. We were all sitting at tables, and we all got a piece of paper, and we had to write down, like they were asking, what is your race? What's your gender? What's your sexuality? What, are you able-bodied? Do you have, physical ailments or something, or like mental ailments, or like
Has
a
anyone
whole
ever
laundry
said
list of
no to you
things?
before? Yeah.
Yeah, has anyone ever said no to you? And so like I had to go down the list, and obviously I'm a straight white Jew, you know, I'm physically
Evil. You're
able.
evil, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like, and I was the only one in that group that seemed to just put that, you know what I mean? Everybody else had some other, even if they were white and straight, they had some other ailment that was not visible to the eye, but you know what I mean? Something else going on. And it turned into like kind of a sob fest. Like everybody was kind of like crying with each other and talking. And there was a moment also where like we were going around at the table, and I felt like I had to read off my thing, and there were a couple eyes like, we got one here, you know what I mean? Like somebody like that. And I wasn't even angry about it, but I was just like, when are we going to start teaching kids? Like, what is this crap? Like, well, I didn't join a
Yeah.
group therapy session. I wanted to be an art teacher. And like the, and then the whole thing, like sort of the moral of it was that all of these people wanted to teach art through the lens of, I'm trying to remember, oppression or something, like to the kids. Like that's what the moral of the program was, and all of us needed to understand that. And I was kind of, yeah, I would like basically hit the eject button. And I think I like sent an email to the girl who was the first person I had talked to and been in communication. I don't remember her name, Rachel, probably something like that. And I was like, and I just sent her an email, and I was like, uh, I was basically just like, hey, I wanted to say thank you so much for the opportunity. Like, I don't, I just it wasn't what I expected.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is the right program for me. I'd still love to teach kids, but I just don't know if this is going to be a good fit. Something like polite, but you kind of like offhanded. And she sent me back an email that was it was short, but it was like snide. Like she was like, yeah, like me and the other girls who were running the program could tell that you were uncomfortable, or that you weren't really fitting in, or something along those lines. bro, I snapped. I literally sent like an email back that I was just like, okay, if you want to go there, I think we should talk about how like this program is a bunch of baloney and all of like there's absolutely no benefit that you're going to be bringing to any of these kids from an art perspective. You're just going to teach them at a young age to be victimized over
But also to
like little
hate
th
art.
and also to
To
hate
hate
art.
art.
They're
Yeah.
going to hate this program. And if I was a part of it, they would hate me, which is why I want no part of this,
Yeah.
basically. And she never responded. But
Dude,
yeah, that
good.
was
Bro, I
like,
guarantee you they read your letter out loud and to this day are still talking about the trauma caused by an evil white guy.
I'm sure,
It's
because of
just so
course
embarrassing. And this is
it
why
was
I hate the
terrible.
right wing, the far right wing, because it's like you can't even talk about this stuff anymore without someone jumping in and being like, "Yeah, kill all trans people." And it's like, "No,
No,
no,
it's no,
that's a little too far." But it's like there
no.
is an epidemic of these just like and I here's the funny part, bro. I guarantee you, I don't know anything about these women you just told me about. I guarantee you they are all loaded and have stock
Oh,
options from their parents and mommy and
mm-hmm.
daddy, and they just want to pretend to be these like fucking. I mean, that's the vibe with New York. People always make fun of that. Bo was telling us about that, where it's like you go to parties and everyone's pretending to be a starving artist, and then it's like
Oh yeah, no,
they'll be
it's
related to like John Hopkins or something, and it's like, bro,
literally,
you're
the
such
whole
a
thing was
fucking
so
loser.
fucking bogus. And I mean, the thing is about like, that experience did not make me right wing, right? But like, the problem is that there were so many like leftists or progressive people around that time that were behaving like that. Like, I mean, short-sighted children, honestly, is what you could like. That's really what it is. You don't even have to like curse them out or say anything bad. It's literally what it is. They're just like reactive, egotistical, like victims, like playing the victim card, pseudo victims. And that's why you had these people who took it too far and became alt-right and said that all leftists are, now we're in this like weird limbo where all of a sudden like other that's why there's infighting among leftists.
Well,
That's
it feels like
why
I'm happy about this, but it feels like extremism, the majority of normies and people are finally being like, this is gay. This is
yeah, like this
this
needs
is
to be
embarrassing. Like, why do we it's sorry, one second.
about to make a very salient point. Jesus Christ, that jacket, man.
Bro,
Good
I
God.
love walking around. Some guy at the gas station clearly was like obsessed with trans porn and was like, I love your sweater. And I was like, don't talk to me. I'm
Don't
wearing it
get
because I
away
fucked
from
the
me.
chick who made it. I'm not one of you. Get away from me.
Don't don't talk to me. Um,
I'll see
I
you
mean
later,
it's oh, okay, bye. It does feel in general like
bro. Bro, I
good
found
dude,
a new hack.
XQC podcast.
Instead of putting shit in your fridge, if it's cold, you just leave it outside.
Ooh, wow, it's been a while since Voodoo Ranger has made an appearance on
I
the
know.
podcast.
I know,
I actually
dude.
haven't drank beer in a long time. I've had a couple drinks here and there, but I've been kind of on my like cocktail
Bro,
mode.
I've been on an alcohol. I mean, dude, I was in a bad spot. I was like fucking drunk driving every day, but
Boozing constantly.
I've been
Yeah.
off it. But I'm happy to announce I think I have 1.5 pages left of this very
Ooh.
long comic that I hope you guys enjoy. And I'm kind of I'm in celebratory mode a little bit just
Yeah.
because
You've earned it.
this thing has been taking up all my energy. But dude, I think I had a good. How long was yours total? 50?
Yeah.
Mine's
50.
30, so 20
Uh-huh.
pages lighter. But I think I banged it out at a unreasonable speed.
Extremely rapid speed. Yeah,
Yes,
no, you've
yes.
been in like heavy work mode, which is great. And I mean,
I needed it, bro. I've been like
I'm proud of you,
floundering.
baby. I'm proud of you. No, I think you like dude, it's totally normal. And if there's an artist listening to this pod or something, everybody fucking experiences this where you hit a point as an artist. Sometimes you hit many points
You hit it
where
multiple times.
you hit it
Yeah.
multiple times where you're just like I fucking hate the shit that I'm making. I don't want to make shit like this anymore. And sometimes the next thing does not present it to you to itself to you immediately. Sometimes it doesn't present itself to you for five,
Oh
10 years. You
oh
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, and you
But even
have to
your
just kind of
workflow, I mean, Zach Cadell, I heard talk about this, the Psychic Pebbles guy, but
mm-hmm,
even just workflow, not even in terms of hating your own work, but there's a misconception. If you're not an artist and you're like, say, I'm a fan of you, Harris,
mm-hmm,
and you're working on something and you finish it, there's this misconception that you're, after you finish that project you're working on, that you're immediately working on your next big one. And
mm-hmm,
like you said, there's usually gaps,
mm-hmm.
sometimes big gaps between,
Yeah,
especially with big projects. Like,
yeah. I think it is. I think it's very good. I think it's a good mentality as a creative person to once you finish a big project, fall into another maybe more relaxed creative project, maybe something in a
oh
different
yeah, something
medium.
small or
Like I mean, making like I know that it was like Kurt Cobain is a good example of somebody that like when they weren't in album mode or writing something new, he was just like painting or drawing or making sculptures
putting
or
dresses on
clothes
and
or just
stuff.
yeah or like yeah like I think like a lot, but a lot of artists I think like it's good to try stuff in a different medium altogether, even if it's not
Oh
visual art,
yeah. Dude,
just
I
something
think
else.
people who like do a bunch of shit, like I don't even think you and me are triple threats. I think we're like quintuplet threats. Like we draw, we rap, we animate, we
Yeah.
do podcasting, which is really hard, and we do
Yeah.
other stuff. That's only five things. But still,
Yeah.
I think it's better to even just mentally, bro. Like unless you're really making bank, it's like you gotta, especially as a creative, bro. It's like polar bears.
Hmm.
They get sad in their cages sometimes, so the zookeeper will hide their food so that the polar
Hmm.
bear has to look for it, and the polar bear's like, "This is fun," but like that, the creative people need that to like go foraging for different things, and it exercises
For
your brain
sure.
or whatever. Dude, the rain has just turned into snow.
Have you ever heard this song Ice Bear by but it's a foreign song. Wait, Ice how do you spell this shit? Hang on.
Oh, I
Ice.
gotta bring something up about
Oh,
trans
here.
people, by the
Dude, you
way.
got to listen to this song when we get off this call, okay?
Ice bear.
It's called Ice Bar,
Oh, ice
which is
bar.
yeah, it's a German band called Grauzone and it's a
Oh, I see it. I got it.
1981 song. It has a fresh album cover and the entire song is that he would be it like he's singing in German. It's a good like synth pop song from the it's really good synth pop song from the 80s and
Yeah,
the
I'll
whole
peep it.
all it's like one line that he's repeating over and over again in German which is just like I just want to be a polar bear so no one can see me cry like over and over again like in German but it's so fucking good
I'll
every
peep it.
listeners at home look that shit up
I'll
Ice
peep.
Bear
Maybe I'll play it a little. We are about to go into the Patreon part of the
Patreon
episode, so
mode.
maybe I'll play it there. But my final thing I want to say before we go there, I'm curious for our trans viewers how you feel about this. But I've seen discourse on Twitter. I'm a little late to the party, but I'm
Hmm.
seeing discourse on Twitter that's saying making fun of a trans person for balding is the equivalent or worse than calling a black person the N word. And I just want to say that is the dumbest shit I've ever
Wait.
heard because it's like, do
Can
you
you say
think
that one more
me as a
time?
man, I'm not trans, but do you think I enjoy balding? Like your
Wait, you're
experience isn't unique. Like there's also cis chicks who bald, and
who
it's not like
bald?
no one
Dude,
enjoys balding. I feel
people
like
get
it's insane.
alopecia. It's a terrible thing. I mean, losing your hair, I think as a man, woman, doesn't matter what you identify as, losing your hair is a very sad. It goes back to when we were just talking about the fucking buzz cut thing. Something about losing your hair or not having hair
But
makes you
buzz cut
feel
is
very
different.
vulnerable. It makes you feel vulnerable. I
It
mean, buzz
vulnerable, but
like
bro, when you're balding, not buzz, like especially those at a young age, bro. Like I started balding maybe like 24, 25. I think it's so fucked up because it's like it's not that I mean there is an aspect of it like me so ugly now. There's that
mhm,
aspect of it, but the main aspect to me is you're literally looking time in the eyes and time is saying you will die. You're
yeah.
literally it's literally life saying you're dying. You know
That
what I
type
mean?
of
It's a
shit,
reminder
yeah.
that you're dying.
I don't know. That type of shit I try to just remain like stoic on. Like
Bro, you got a nice head of hair. That Larry
I don't
David
know.
talks about this, but guys like you, it's like, it's like you don't know. You don't
You
fucking
don't
know.
know. No,
It's
you don't
like
know. And actually, I should say, yeah, I won't exactly equate. Getting a buzz cut isn't close. It's not even the same thing at all as going bald. But the point is that most people wouldn't dream of giving themselves a buzz cut for the same reason because they just feel like I don't, I don't like what I'm going. People are just going to see me like as I am, like crash test dummy mode, like
yeah,
the most, it's like bare. You know what I mean? Like your
One
hair when
Punch
you have
Man.
hair you can change the way you look. Even dudes with facial hair, a lot. I mean, look, we have an epidemic of dudes who rock beards because they don't like the way that they look. You know what I mean? It gives you
Yeah.
options. When you lose your
Or they
hair,
have a Gavin McGinnis type chin and they're trying to hide it.
I sent that picture to my brother because he was talking about Gavin McInnes. We were just like joking about him on the phone. And I was like, have you seen what he looks like without a beard? And he's like, oh God, is he like literally like chinlet mode? And I'm like, dude, you have no idea. And I sent him
Chinlet.
that picture and he was like through tears, he was like, this isn't real. This isn't real. And I'm like, I swear to God, I think I
I gotta
still have
say
the
something
picture.
controversial while we're on this topic.
Okay.
Gavin McGinnis, his politics, stupid. He made the Proud Boys. First of all, a lot of people think
Here.
he's this alt-right
Sorry.
nationalist. Dear God, dude.
That I mean, it's
Dear
hard to believe
God. He
that's
looks like a
real.
Dark Souls enemy that
It's
like
in
sucks your blood.
he does.
But I
Anyway,
gotta come to
sorry.
his defense. I gotta come to his defense. First of all,
For
a lot of people think
what?
he's a crazy Nazi, and it's like, dude, he's a fucking theater kid. He's so
He
clearly
is a
he
theater
named
kid.
his shit Proud Boys based on the Aladdin musical.
Wait,
What happened?
hold up one sec, hold up.
Uh-oh, something bad's happening with Harris. All right, me and my cats are acting insane, boys. Let me show you. This guy, they call him Mr. Penisman. Harvey Penisman, that's his name. Harvey, say hello. I don't know if you can hear him sniffing.
There's like solicitors or something at my front door, and my dog's going nuts. And I think they
Bro,
just saw me through the window, but I'm like,
Harris just froze. Harvey Penisman, bring him back. Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back. All right. This is Harvey Penisman. He's very chill. I love kissing cats and having their head vibrate. It's my favorite thing. I'm also allergic to cats, but I think because I got them as kittens, I got antibodies. Because look, no sniffles. I'm totally good. Oh man, I might use these guys as toilet paper. They're getting fuzzy. But yes, please, trans people, please tell me your opinion on that thing I was
bro,
talking about.
I gotta get a hang on, I gotta get a fucking no solicitors thing on my door. Like they are constantly knocking on my door for some bullshit that I don't even want, and my dog always goes nuts. And when I open the door, she's like vicious, like she jumps out and tries to attack them. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, they're like, sorry, just for a second of your time. I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of something. I literally just told these people to fuck off. I was like, go
Good,
away.
good, good.
I was like, please don't come back here. Okay, anyway, sorry. What were you
Anyway,
just talking about?
he's a theater kid, Gavin McGinnis, because he
Uh-huh.
named and he even sang it, bro. Do you know the Aladdin musical?
Yes.
You know the
Wait, do
song.
I wait, like
The musical has
like the
different
movie?
songs than the movie. There was
Okay,
a
then
Broadway
no.
play, but there's this one where it's like he's like he wants his family to be happy even though he's a street rat, and he's like, I'm proud of your boy, I'll make you proud of your boy. And that's literally why he called them Proud Boys. And it's like this guy's a
Uh-huh.
theater kid. But I do gotta say, when he's not being a dumbass, he's a funny guy, bro. Like Adult Swim personally contacted him for the Aqua Teen Hunger Force spinoff, which fucking sucked ass. But
Uh-huh.
to be fair, stacked cast, including David Cross, he was the funniest part of that fucking reboot. Or the whatever it is, the spinoff. He's so actually good at humor. I really do think he's a funny guy when he's not angry.
Yeah.
Controversial take. Controversial take.
Um, no, I think he needs to be thrown into a pit. Like
I agree.
I think
Yes,
they should
I
just like
agree.
shoot him and throw him
But
into the
I feel
bottom
like
of a
if you
pit.
threw him, he would make me chuckle going down. He'd
Yeah,
say like a
maybe
one
he
liner,
that would
"See you
make me
next fall"
chuckle.
or something.
If he did that, like if I watched him like tumble down into like a ditch, I might be like, that's kind of funny. But like
Yo,
that's
before we go into the Patreon episode, by the way,
are we not in Patreon yet?
oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. I am going to once I finish, and if people like it enough, this is the entire manuscript and rough draft of
Ooh.
the comic, and I'd love to give this to someone. Everything's in here pretty much.
I don't know, baby. I feel like you should sell that or you hold on to it because what if it
Maybe I'll
blows
do it on
up? What
eBay.
if it blows up into a huge thing? It could
I
be a
know, but I like
valuable
to be good
piece.
to the boys. The boys support us. By the way, patreon.com/coldcuts. If you
Cold
want to watch
cuts.
the rest of the episode, we're gonna get into some nitty
Yeah.
gritty stuff. I think we were talking about on the phone. But before that happens, we do have to announce the YouTube winners. Okay,
Yes.
we got some trading cards. I'm gonna pull up the episode right now.
And see the
Um,
thing.
and if you want to too, I got 5 trading cards. So if we each want to pick 2, and then we'll both pick 1.
Yeah. What comments are we on now?
It's
Or
the
what video?
comments for the Rob Liefeld episode.
Okay. Cold
So let me just pull that
cuts.
up real quick.
When will cold cuts outperform cold ones? Like when I type in cold, I don't want ones to show up. I want
Yeah, I
cold
don't know. Well,
cuts to
that's
be
gonna be a while
suggested.
probably, but
I think we can make it happen this year. Hang on 1 second.
right. AER 185. It's not. I don't think I can give it a win. We might give it a win. It's not Harris related, but it is very, very funny. It is very funny. I
What
said
happened?
the winners would be the best Harris jokes, but I'm already reading the first comment, and I really think they might have to win one of the things. But
Let me see. Let me see the comments here.
it's the one. Fuck, where did it just go? Where did the
What
comment
does
go?
it say? Are you
Oh,
talking
it's
about?
the one that says, "I got." He's complimenting the vibe of the pod, which thank you, thank you. We've been
Thank
struggling to
you.
get
I
the vibe
also
right,
agree.
but
It's been seasoned to perfection.
yeah, now into business. Some bad shit happened on the night of the Super Bowl, and we're gonna need alibis.
What happened on the night of the Super Bowl?
There was a shooting, wasn't there?
Oh, is that
You
what it
didn't see
was?
this? Which, by the way, people are defending it, but it's like, it is kind of scummy that the shooter's family is doing a fucking GoFundMe. That's fucked up. Like,
The
I get it,
shooter's
but it's also
family?
like, bro, this guy literally killed 2 innocent women.
Who
One of
the
them
hell
had a
would donate to
family.
that?
Like, that's
Come
kind
on,
of
man.
fucked. You should
What the
not be doing that.
fuck?
But listen, I'm gonna leave it in the description, our email address, but it's beetledogcoldcuts@gmail.com. If we say your YouTube name, email us there with your address. We're gonna send you a trading card, maybe some bonus stickers. Okay, just a little
Okay.
something nice. I am gonna have to say AER 185. You do get a card. You do get a card. So
Okay.
we got 4 left, but mainly Harris jokes. That's what we build the competition as. So
Dude, I just got we're speaking of Zach Adele, he just liked my Instagram story, which is like I don't know why people are liking this. It's like I actually after I posted it, I was like, this is so stupid. Why did I post this?
what is it?
But
Let
I
me
posted
see.
this I posted Ice Spice on my Instagram story.
Can you get that fucker to come on the podcast? Because I already know he hates me. I have an
It's funny.
embarrassing
He
story
actually
about him.
also has not responded yet again to I sent him another like like Instagram reel that was so funny, and I was like, I'm sending this to fucking Pebbles, man. He's gonna like this shit. He hasn't responded to it, but that's all right. Take your time, big guy. Take your time. Uh, anyway, uh, okay. Let me read. Should I read the next one? AER is getting something. Can I read the next comment?
I don't think we're gonna read all the comments.
There's not that many. Okay, I'm
Are you
gonna.
kidding me? There's like over 50.
I'll. Oh yeah, you're right. Wow, we're famous, bro.
Yo, what
Okay,
the
I'm
hell?
gonna.
What do you mean?
Okay, I'm gonna read the next one that I think is really funny. Let me see. Um. Okay, this one's funny. Monster Girl. You see this one?
Let's see. It's the name is Monster Girl. Okay.
She says, amazing episode as always. Love having you guys back. Definitely a
Yeah.
highlight of my week. And Harris makes a great point. Anyone can say it as long as it ends in an egg.
Okay. Monster Girl, you're a winner. You're a winner. Send us
Hey,
an email. Send
winner.
us an email.
That's funny.
Um,
I recognize a familiar name on here too. Wild Men Outdoor
yeah,
Adventures.
Zach has fungus on his chungus. I was like, that's definitely my cousin Jake.
It's awesome.
Oh God.
Oh God.
This isn't a Harris comment, but it is funny. I'm gonna say you win.
Mm-hmm.
Poisoned Bard, and it says 1920s journalist wearing a fedora with press card pinned
Oh
to it.
God.
Any comment on the Vosh situation? Any comment at all? Any Minecraft with the Vosh?
No pictures. No pictures. Like it's so good.
All right, we need two
Uh,
more winners. We'll each pick one. You pick the next
okay.
one.
Let me see.
Oh, by the way, Haiku32, you said Berserk mentioned another victim for cold cuts. I hope you tune into my Berserk parody comic. Okay? I almost feel bad billing it as a Berserk parody comic because I think, like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, I think I
Uh-huh.
started with Berserk at the base, but I'm still parodying concepts in Dark Souls and Berserk. It's still heavily parody, but I think it's very much its own
Its own
thing.
thing.
You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
think you can enjoy this without even knowing
for
what Berserk
sure.
is.
What
But
I've read so far, I totally think like it totally survives on its own, not just as parody.
thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
okay, there's a comment here that's it's not funny, but it's really thought out and informative, and one that I
It's the
like
one
have
on the slur I thought
screenshotted.
I invented.
No, that one. Not that one. Unrivaled 9291 gave me a whole list of other Godzilla movies that he recommended because I love the one in theaters so much. It's like a
Oh,
really
I remember
well,
seeing that pop
it's
up.
a very well thought out, like nice. I'd like to send them something because
All
they
right,
said
Unrivaled. And then you know what?
Unrivaled.
I'm gonna give this guy. Actually, sorry, Mr. Zomparis. I think he has your same name. I think they prefer they them. I follow them on Twitter. They're a really funny person, and I did make
Based.
a distasteful joke that Greek people to this day wake up and put on their bed sheets and leave the house. And they
Yeah,
said, as a Greek man, I can. Oh, they did say as a Greek man. Maybe they're
yeah.
he them. I'm calling you he, Zom Harris. I don't give a shit. As a Greek man, I can confirm that I only wear bed sheets. Zom Harris, come on down. Send us an email.
There you
You're a
go.
winner. Okay. So once again, Beetle Dog Cold Cuts, it's in the description. But if you want your trading card and stickers, and if you don't want to give us your address, that's totally fine. You don't have to win. But AER, Monster Girl, Poison Bard, Unrivaled, whatever, and Zom Harris, you're all lucky winners. And I do have a whole box of really cool booster packs and trading cards. I think we should do this again, but I think it would actually be more fun to give out unopened packs. So I
Hmm.
think next episode, keep an eye out. But again, email us if we said your name.
Please, yes.
You're a winner. And before we get into our Patreon episode and get blasted and talk about some fucked up behind the scenes creator shit, do you mind thanking the execs, Mr. Harris?
Absolutely, yes. And of course, guys, I know we're talking a lot about the Patreon. If you'd like to be part of the Patreon, you know where to go, patreon.com/coldcuts. We'd love to have you over there.
You
Um,
guys, the people we have been so supportive, and it's awesome. It's
it's
awesome, and I'd
amazing. And I
love to
mean,
have more of you. Not even from a scumbag. Me want money, but me do want money. But it is the community there is unreal.
it's
It's
great.
insane. It's like a living organism. I pop my head in as much as I can, but it's like you're in good company. You're in good company if you need
You
an
are.
online friend group. Like
Yeah,
great people. I can't stress.
it's an extremely, it cannot be overstated how active this chat is. It's always going, there's always something going on. We've had a lot of people in the Discord talk about how this is by far the most active Patreon Discord that they're a part of, and I believe it. I mean, there's always something happening in there,
Dude, they were
and
sending us
also
screenshots from big creators' discords. I think even Shuon had, and it was like
not
there was like
active in the
one
same
message a
way.
day from like a rant. Like there, it's awful,
Well, I
awful.
also feel like I'm in the Discord an embarrassing amount. I mean, I'm texting these guys all the time. I'm
Well,
always in
like I
there.
said, join the executive chat if you want to see some
Oh, some
embarrassing ass
really
pictures and
embarrassing.
videos of
Oh
Harris from
God, that's
college,
true
dude.
from
Your
college.
little SNL
I
opening skit where
oh
you're
my
like,
God. I
you
was
like
like
didn't know what to do, so you just like shake your
I
head to be
I know.
funny.
I was looking back at those videos and but when I clicked them, I was like, "Oh, how bad is this going to be?" And when I watched them, I was like somewhat relieved that like they're embarrassing because I'm like twink mode in college,
But you're the best part, and you're
but
the
they're
only one who's
not,
good.
yeah, there's nothing like
Yeah.
humiliating. I'm just like oh,
No.
it's
If
just
anything,
like,
it's
oh my
funny that
God.
it's like you're funny and then you're surrounded by a bunch of SNL wannabe fucking
It's
losers.
still cringe. It's still
I
cringe.
can't
But
believe all
anyway,
those kids thought they were gonna be big, big.
who
Anyway,
knows? Who knows? Some of it might be. But
you're right.
anyway,
Rebecca Hurd did play a dead corpse in SVU.
is that true?
Yeah, because her dad is
Interesting.
rich. She was
Oh,
great at
okay.
that, bro. Like I looked at it and I was like, wow, because it looked like
Wow.
was like, you know how dead buddies like bloat a little bit.
Oh my God. All right, let me cut you off here. Okay, these are the executives, and we'd love to have you as well if you'd like to join this team. We've got Bugs on My Wee Wee, Big Tasty, Brat Brat Pew Pew, Conga Heli, Francho, Gzan, HP, Kellen McSmellin, Limp Dick, Protista, Protagon, Shrek the Third, Shalom Guy, and Trevor Stilson. Stilson. Say it. Name so nice you got to
You
say it
stilly
twice.
baby.
One time with a lisp. Thank you so much for all of you guys. Uh, what else is there to say? Let's get into the you want to get
We
into the
love you guys.
Patreon
Let's
nitty
get into
gritty?
this.